Hello there and welcome to Namident Academy. Today we are going to discuss about financial aid for students. First of all, let us understand when we said financial aid in the context of this video. What does it mean? Financial aid is a form of funding that is given to students to help them pay higher educational expenses such as tuition fee, accommodation, and books and other supply. So the importance of financial aid to students and their family is that it reduces the burden of higher education or the cost of higher education on individual and their families. How can a person qualify for financial aid? Here we have two categories of financial aid. We have the merit-based financial aid and the need-based financial aid. The merit-based financial aid mostly is given based on merit, achievement of the student. For example, brilliant students or students having high performance, both academic and extracurricular activities. So in the merit-based financial aid, here to qualify, the committee or the search committee look for student achievement. So a student is requested to bring transcripts and other certificates and also recommendation letters from academic supervisors, academic lecturers and teachers. And also they take very keen attention to the performance of the student in academic and in extracurricular activities. So the second aspect of qualification for financial aid is need-based financial aid. For the need-based financial aid, students are being given this aid based on their financial level. So here, to qualify, you have to be a needy student, and hence the search committee take keen look at the family assets, the family income, the family benefits. By considering these factors, they give the financial aid. Whether it is merit-based financial aid or need-based financial aid, for a student to sustain this aid, the person has to be able to maintain academic progress. In this kind of aid, mostly there is a minimum requirement needed by the source to maintain the aid throughout the educational level of the student or the finance given at that level. So that's it. I said source of financial aid. So what are the sources of financial aid? So the major source of financial aid are either national or central government and federal government. In this kind of sources, it can be either for the locals, where we mean by the citizen of that particular country, or for the foreigners or foreign students. If it is for the foreign students, application is requested from students who are foreigner, either living in that particular country or outside the country, to come in and study utilizing the financial aid. The next second source of financial aid is or are national or state agency. For example, Ministry or Interior Ministry or Financial Ministry or foreign ministries or agencies like research centers, research institutions, research councils, and other form of local governmental agencies like a district level. These are also part of what we term national or state agencies. And then we have the third category of source of financial aid is corporations and companies. Big corporations do give financial aid to students in forms of scholarship, grant, and other form of aid. And also companies, small companies do give this aid to students. And then we have the non-governmental organization. They give financial aid based on the philosophy and the mission and vision of the association or the NGO. Then we have professional organization or professional institution. These professional organization and institution give financial aid for students in that particular field of study where they are professional in, to maintain the growth of that association, or to aid in the training of the future members of the association or the organization, and hence they give financial aid. Also, we have community organization, and this include family organization. In some big families, they do give financial assistance to the communities or financial aid to the communities. And we have foundation. Here, foundation can be either under a professional organization or under NGO or under corporation, or a standalone foundation where they give funding to students based on their philosophy and their agenda. And finally, other source of financial aid are high schools, where the alumni of that high schools or the institution do give scholarship so that the name of their school will be heard everywhere. So these are the source of financial aid. And one will ask, so what are the type of financial aid? So we have many type of financial aid, and all of them can be categorized into 4 or 5 categories. And the first one is grants. Here, a grant is a form of money given to students, and it's a form of gift, and it's mostly one time gift given to students, and it can be either need-based or merit-based. So example of grant is maybe what I enjoy during my graduate level is the traveling grant by Society of Explorational Geophysics, or the TUBITAC research grant, with example that I was given a lump sum of money to use in traveling to educational programs. And some of the merit-based grants are a form of motivation for publications, and some are a grant given to a student to pay their school fees or to solve a particular problem. But the most important aspect of these grants are not continuous, they are one-time based. You are giving one-time lump sum of money for a particular agenda or for particular aim, either a housing grant or school fees grant, those kind of things. So grant is one time, and it's gift given either based on merit or need. The second form of financial aid, which is also most common, is scholarship. Scholarship is also a form of gift, having some criteria and some requirement to be able to maintain. But scholarship is a continuous form of financial aid, and scholarship comes in different forms. So we have, for example, a full scholarship for students, which cover tuition fee, and it covers accommodation, health insurance, and monthly allowance. And there are some form of scholarship where it covers, we call it either partial scholarship that covers only tuition fee, and some covers only the monthly allowance for student or monthly spending of student. And we have also like book scholarship. And so scholarship is a form of gift. And it's also generally merit-based, but there is also more need-based scholarship. Example of a scholarship are the Commonwealth Scholarship, and then the German DAAD scholarship, the Turkish government Bursary scholarship. There are a lot of these kind of scholarship, Get Fund scholarship for Ghanaian community, and other form of scholarship, and that is targeted to either those students who are performing well or those students who really don't have money but they need to study. So that's it. The third form of financial aid is work and study programs. And these work and study programs is being earned. It's not a form of gift, but it's earned. You have to earn it. And that is either based on merit or based on need. But generally, it's based on both, I can say. And this particular one is, for example, where the university, instead of employing some permanent staff of the university in order to help and give some money to students whilst also training them to be proactive and active, do give this form of work and study to the student in form of working in the library, packing books in the library, having been a secretary, assistant secretary in the faculty, or helping students in form of research assistant, in form of teaching assistants. So these are forms of work and study. And that another form of work and study is what is mostly practiced in European Union countries, where PhD, particularly doctorate students, are given work contracts to work as researchers, either fully research or with some element of teaching in their contract, so that they can contribute to the move to the day-to-day activities of the faculty or institute, and at the same time do research to complete their PhD. And this is a very good form of financial aid that a student can gain both professional experience and also have some money in his or her pocket. The fourth aspect, the fourth financial aid I try to discuss here is what I term it loan, student loan. And these can either be from the national student loan program or the federal student loan programs, or the state level student loan program. And this one, the money or the aid is borrowed, that you have to pay it at later part. And that if you really need the money, you really need the money, then you go for it, because this form of financial aid is need-based. It's need-based financial aid, that you are being given the money on regular basis. For example, if your education is 4 years, in every semester you are giving some money continuously for 4 years or 3 years, and after that you may have a grace period, and then you have to pay the money with interest on it. So here, example of that loan is a direct loan from most federal states, government of America, and also, for example, we have the Get Fund loan in Ghana. And I know in every country there can be, or there should be, this form of loan given to you. And in some countries, for example in Turkey, you can take this loan directly from your bank. Most banking institutions do give you loan, and you don't need any collateral. What you just need is your identification number, the national identification number, and you can get those kind of loan for your education. So my advice to students is, if you really need the money, then go for it. I have enjoyed or benefit from the government of Ghana Get Fund loan, and for me it was really I need the money, and I paid fully now the money. The last form of financial aid is what I term accommodation allowance, or provision of accommodation, or accommodation kind of scholarship. Here is a form of aid where student is given a place to stay for a specific period of time for him to be able to study successfully. In most institutions, in some institution, there is these hostel facilities, and then this hostel facility, with the aim of giving back to the community, they allocate some number of rooms in the hostel that they give to students, to needy students. And here the criteria, or to qualify, is you have to be in need of it, not a merit base. And also this is a form of gift in general. You don't pay it back. And that I, on a personal level, I have benefited from all these 5 of financial aid, that both with the merit base and both with the need base. I have won 2 times XEG traveling grant, and also won a TUBITAC research grant. I won a competitive Turkish government scholarship continuously, both for my master's and my PhD, and also the need-based scholarship given by the Central Administration of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I have benefited it for 2 consecutive times. And also in the term of work and study, I have benefited it with the project-based work and study, and also internship-based work and study whilst in a graduate school in Turkey. And also I took the government of Ghana Get Fund loan during my undergraduate education, and also benefited from the LSRC of KNUST accommodation provision. And really, I can say that this financial aid really helped me to be able to achieve my academic aims and objectives, because coming from a family where the numbers of the children are many and the financial opportunities is limited, without this form of aid, one could not be able to finish successfully with his PhD. And I encourage anybody, if you really need these kind of forms of scholarship, grant, or loan, to go for it and apply. So you ask yourself, how can I get this financial aid? First is to do a web search. There are a lot of scholarship websites that give information about scholarship, either specific scholarship or or grant. So depending on the country you find yourself, you have to be, you search and also do informational interview with people who are already benefiting or who have already benefited from the type or the form of financial aid you are or you want to benefit or you are searching, because each and every type of financial aid and the source of financial aid have some sort of condition that and some forms of papers and documentation that you have to be able to supply, and to some standard you have to maintain. So if you get informational interview from your colleagues or those who are not your colleagues that you think they can do, and you can do it by simply searching for people who have benefited from that form of financial aid and communicate with them either through email or on the social media. And after that, those you have to prepare all the required documents and write the cover letter effectively. It's very important to address the proper people that are in decision making, and to show yourself when there is interview, and to learn and practice some form of interviews. For some there is no need for interview, and to do a follow-up. So with this, I hope that you have been able to get an overview of a financial aid for students. If you have benefited from this video, do well to share with your colleagues and friends and family. And if you have anything to add up, you can comment down there. And also, if you also want to support this channel, you can subscribe and encourage your colleagues also to subscribe to this video. Thank you and see you in the next video.